Hi, this is Dave. This is a contest entry for Alex over at Beer and Vinyl. He's celebrating his 1 year anniversary in the vinyl community. Congratulations, Alex, from a Ohio expat now living in California to an Ohio resident. The contest is to pick your favorite year in music. It's really hard to narrow it down to a favorite year. So what I decided to do was pick the year that my favorite album of all time was released, and that's 1980. This was a fun exercise to do because when I really started digging into the records I had from 1980, it's like, wow, what a fantastic year for music. So first on my 1980 list, The Pretenders' self-titled debut. What a debut record. When that needle hits the groove on the first track, Precious, hits you like a left hook, never lets up. So much swagger and attitude from Chrissie Hynde and the band members. So many great tracks on here. The opening rocker, Precious, Tattoo Love Boys, The Wait, Mystery Achievement. Then you got some great pop rock songs with catchy hooks like Brass in Pocket, Kid, terrific cover of The Kinks' Stop Your Sobbing. Really believe that this, if not the best debut record of all time, it's certainly up there in that discussion. Next, Peter Gabriel 3, or Peter Gabriel Self-Titled, or Peter Gabriel Melt, however it is you refer to this record. I'm a big Peter Gabriel fan. I have been since the days of Genesis. And of all the great Peter Gabriel records, this is my favorite. I know that So was his most popular, the record that made him a superstar, but I think this is his crowning achievement. And to be honest, if I never heard Sledgehammer or Big Time again, I'd be okay with that. I think this is the best band that he ever put together. You got Tony Levin on bass, Jerry Marotta on drums, Larry Fast on keyboard and synthesizers, all kinds of guest stars. You got Kate Bush doing some backing vocals, Phil Collins doing some drum work as well on this record. One of his darker records, I think, that he's ever put out. You got tracks like Intruder, just kind of got that dark, creepy, scary, creaking synthesizer at the beginning of the song. Family Snapshot, a song about the Kennedy assassination. Games Without Frontiers, which is like a bouncy pop song, but the song's about xenophobia. And then his magnum opus, Biko, the story of Stephen Biko, who was killed in a South African jail. One of the best albums of 1980, and probably a top 10 all-time record for me, Peter Gabriel 3. Next, Elvis Costello, Get Happy. It's got 20 rockin' R&B and soul influenced tracks. The Attractions were one of the tightest backup bands in the 80s. Some of my favorite tracks on here, the cover of I Can't Stand Up for Falling Down. New Amsterdam, one of my favorite all-time Elvis Costello tracks. Got I Stand Accused, Beaten to the Punch, The Imposter, Secondary Modern. 20 fantastic tracks. And you even get the bonus on the UK version, the Fake Ringwear. Next, The Beat, or as we know him over here on this side of the pond, the English Beat. One of the best of the UK LPs to come out during that ska revival of the two-tone area. I think this and obviously the Specials self-titled record are the definitive records of the two-tone movement. This was an essential party album in 1980. Some great tracks on here: Mirror in the Bathroom, the opener on side one, which gets everybody on the dance floor. Twist and Crawl, Best Friend, Jackpot, Stand Down Margaret, a great cover of the old Andy Williams tune, Can't Get Used to Losing You. One of the downsides, though, of this UK pressing, it doesn't have the Smokey Robinson's Tears of a Clown cover, which was like one of the Beats highlights. So get the UK LP and then get the 7-inch or 12-inch single of Tears of a Clown. So put this on your turntable and start skanking. Next up, the Jam sound effects. I think this is the last of the great Jam albums. Not too long after this, Paul Weller just started to lose interest in the Jam and was starting to look forward to what he was going to do next. There's a thread going around right now about perfect album sides, and this should definitely qualify. Side one, Pretty Green, Monday, But I'm Different Now, Set the House Ablaze, Start, and finally, I think Paul Weller's shining moment. That's Entertainment. Next, my favorite album of all time. Now I know that a lot of people are going to say, hey, wait a minute. This record was released in 1979. Now this was released toward the end of December in 1979. Didn't really make any impact till 1980. So I'm going to stretch it here and call this a 1980 album. Alex, I hope you don't disqualify me for this. That's The Clash, London Calling. When I first heard this in 1980 and all the way up till now, this is my favorite rock and roll album of all time. This was a huge leap forward for The Clash from their first two records, the self-titled and Can't Give 'Em Enough Rope. All of their influences are on this record. American roots rock, R&B, reggae, rock and roll, sprawling double album with, in my opinion, not one bad track on it. Side one, the 1-2 punch of London Calling and the cover of Vince Taylor's Brand New Cadillac is amazing. Rudy Can't Fail, Clamp Down, The Guns of Brixton, Death or Glory, I'm Not Down, Revolution Rock, and the great single off this record sung by Mick Jones, Train in Vain. Best rock and roll album ever made. And that is my opinion, of course. Well, thanks for watching. Congratulations, Alex, for your 1 year in the vinyl community. Bye.